and welcome back to the Silver and Black Radio Podcast. I'm your host, Raider Will, and I am here with my group of misfits from Raider Nation, baby. We're our one group of brothers here. I got my boy, Matty B, representing TBH, West Coast.
What's up? Everybody doing tonight?
Yo, then I got my boy, representing the Big D, down there with TBH Dallas, my boy, Olin.
What's happening?
And now, our special guest, baby, talking all Raiders football and mental health awareness for this pod, baby. Oh, boy, number 84, Shed.
Oh, shoot. Man, I don't think I've ever been quite introduced like that. That much hype. That's why I love the Raider Nation. There's nothing like it. I've been to three other teams, and those guys don't have a clue how it's done. Raider Nation cannot be touched. So thank you for that beautiful introduction. I'm happy to be here with you fellas. Let's do this.
Thanks for joining us.
Yes, sir. Thank you for coming on the pod, my brother. Look, man. Hey, Raiders are going through a rough season right now, K-Shin. You know, we're getting beat up. You've been in those locker rooms when you're going down. I mean, like you were with the Raiders when we went 4-12. I believe it's 97. In 97, we go 4-12. Well, how is that locker room, man? How is the mentality? How does it feel to be in a locker room like that at the professional level?
It's crazy. You know, you find people just kind of like self-destructing. You know, especially with the Raiders, it's just not a place you want to be when they're not winning. It's the best place on earth when they are, but when they're losing, the fans are unhappy. The ownership on down is unhappy, and it's just not a very good place to be. And you find yourself kind of pointing fingers and stuff. And I remember one time, I think it was that year you were talking about, 97, where everybody was missing field goals and just missing tackles and everything. And I can't remember who the kicker was. And if I did, I probably wouldn't say it. But I remember being on the sideline and he just got them missing an easy field goal. And I walked up to him like, dude, what the hell is going on? Without even thinking, on the field at the game time. And I turned into the biggest jerk in the world, the worst teammate to this guy who needed a hug rather than his own teammate coming down on him like that. So, you know, it was just like, it was a shock because 1 minute we're dominating and then the next 3 or 4 games, it's all downhill. And then our whole season was just kaput. It was just mind blowing how quickly it happened. So, so that's what's going on with the Raiders now. I can kind of, I've heard some different discussions as far as like, you know, should they, you know, go for that top 3 draft choice? I'm interested to hear what you guys think about that. I'm on the side that says, let's go for that top 3.
Okay. Hey, we got to get into that location. So, hey, he asked the question, and I saw Olin go from here to here, baby. Hey.
Cracking knuckles and everything.
Yes, sir. Hey, Olin, hit us with it, baby.
Look, man, I don't ever, right? We all want to win, right? Winning is what it's about. That being said, you know, I've said for years, if you move on from Derek Carr, you got to have a plan B. Right?
Good point.
We did that with 0 plan and had what, 5 or 6 starting quarterbacks in not even 2 full years. And I feel like it'll continue until we get a quarterback. We got to find a franchise guy. And, you know, I want to win. I want to see this team win. It makes Sundays more fun with the fan every time we get together in our local spots.
Yeah. Agreed.
Dude,
I didn't know you were going to go there with the Derek Carr thing. I didn't see it coming, man. I didn't get you backstories into the mix.
Yeah, man. We got to get a quarterback. Look at all the top teams in the league. Look at the teams competing in contenders every year. They got the guy.
Yeah.
And we don't. I believe we got the defense. right?
go
When healthy, I believe we got the defense. We need the guy.
And I'm not hating on Gardner Minshew. I don't know what's going on with him this year, and he's out now, but he's not the same quarterback I remember. So I don't know what it is when some of these I don't even know how you would describe them. Like, I don't even say overrated, but they've made a name for themselves, and they either fall for that and they get this big old contract and stuff, and then they forget how to play, and that's not fair for the Raider Nation, not fair for the Raider fans, and not fair for the young Raider players who are like, holy crap, I'm wearing silver and black. This is our year. And
Right.
I've seen way too many games this year where the game turned around strictly because of a poorly thrown football that got intercepted. So
Denver was a perfect example. The first Denver game.
Yep.
Exactly. Oh yeah, 100%. You're right.
Let me ask you this, because you've been in the locker rooms. I mean, how much of a quarterback struggles or offensive struggles start with the OC?
With the OC,
By the offensive coordinator, offensive coaching, and I feel like a lot of it could be Minshew's issues start with, well, he's gone now, but possibly with Getsy.
As a former player, I never believed in that. I never believed in that the offensive coordinator or the play caller had anything to do with it, just because of the fact that I've been practiced with these guys all week, and I see them making plays, and I see their bravado, I see their confidence and all that stuff, and I see everything working very well in practice. And you would think, okay, this is an NFL team, these are NFL players, whoever you match up against, you're going to try to take them out. I've never known very many football players who practice hard just to go out there and to get their butts kicked. So I've never really blamed the play calling. It's always, in my eyes, it's always been just the players just aren't producing.
Executing.
And just, that's a better word, executing. And it really, it doesn't take that much to carry over your preparation for the week in the game, because you know what players are going to be called. You just have to make the plays. And I've seen way too many, Devontae Adams not with the team anymore, but I've seen games where he's yelling about not getting enough catches and stuff and balls thrown to him, and he was dropping first down balls like left and right, and I'm just like, this is Devontae Adams. So and just for whatever reason, we're snake bitten when it comes to player performance, but I think we're very, very close to fixing those holes, and then we're going to put it all together. If everybody just stays with us, I think we're going to be right on track.
With you too, a couple key pieces.
Couple key pieces, brother. Yeah, I agree.
Yep. All right, Batty G. Well, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like I said a couple pods ago, man, I think we've been doing pretty good, drafting offensive line and stuff like that in the last couple drafts. I think this last year's draft helped out a lot with our line. So I think, now we go out, we get that quarterback we need,
Yeah.
So
what does that quarterback look like in your opinion?
What's our quarterback look like?
What's the quarterback that you think we need? A running quarterback?
I'm not a guy that's real big into running quarterbacks. I don't think running quarterbacks. I think they have that, unless they're just a big dude like a Big Ben or something like that. The kid is not necessarily running, but mobile quarterback.
Yeah, I got it. Mm-hmm.
But since RG3 came in, they had all the big hype about him, and that's just kind of where I was like, I don't like those guys. It's just that one shot on a big, get a lineman or linebacker, they hit you. Yeah. Running full speed, it takes that one shot if your quarterback is taking off on a run. So I think we need a mobile quarterback, but I don't think we need a running quarterback. I think we need somebody that's not going to be scared when the pressure comes and can stand in the pocket and deliver. And I think Shador has that. I think that's his best quality, but he's not a very big dude that's going to be getting downfield and running the ball 100 miles an hour, So I think that's kind of the guy we need. Cam Ward's pretty good too, but I think Shador has that little slight edge over him just a little bit. But either one of those guys I'd be happy with.
He's got that Raider attitude already, I think, Shador.
Yeah.
And I played with his dad. I was talking about that. I played with his dad, and his dad has this uncanny will to never lose and compete. And that's what Shador has. Every play, he's trying to dominate and throw this touchdown pass every freaking play. And I think that's the type of attitude we need out there leading us.
So,
and you just
so we
brought
call
a
him
smile to my
Showtime.
face.
Which one?
So we call him Showtime.
Showtime?
Right.
Showtime Sanders, baby. We got prime time, now we got showtime.
Well, the other thing about Shador too,
Showtime Shadur. Okay.
I get
Yes,
the other thing
sir.
I
about
like it.
him
Yeah,
is
let's pencil that in, brother. I like
he
that.
doesn't turn the
I like
ball
that.
over
I
a
like that.
tremendous amount.
Yeah,
You
you're
know,
right.
he takes care of the football, and he's always looking to pass. The run is the very last option, and he's tough, right? Because he's played behind bad O lines, and the kid takes a beating and gets up every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where'd that kid come from too? He was doing the same thing down at Jackson State, and everybody thought, okay, all right, it's just Jackson State, that's no big deal. Then he comes and he does the same thing, even more so in Colorado. I think that's how you prove yourself your mettle right there.
Hey,
Well,
I'm guilty of it because I didn't think I wasn't sure he was gonna be all right in a Pac-12 big Power 5 conference. I wasn't sold.
Oh.
Definitely ate crow. I'm a big fan. I'm down here in Dallas, so we, there's got a lot of his high school games and stuff are on TV and what have you. So I've been watching the kid for a long time, and I think the kid's got it.
we're in Colorado, man, and they got Colorado popping over there, man. Like Boulder's Boulder's rocking.
Boulder's on fire right now.
You can't even get a ticket to that game right now, man. Like it's insane. Like I was thinking was a winning team.
The cheapest ticket at Boulder is $567, bro. $567 is the cheapest ticket to a Boulder game right now.
Wow.
You used to be able to get a Boulder ticket for like $25.
Really?
Facts. I was sitting there in the stadium for $25.
No way. Oh, that's rough, man. I remember the good days with Colorado, man, when with Rockwell, Basham Salam and everybody.
Oh yeah.
Oh man,
and I always, you guys brought up mental health, and since I actually brought up Rasham, he's one of the main spearhead players who I want to keep pushing the mental health agenda forward with, because of, he was a former teammate of mine with the Bears, and I would have never guessed that he fell into the type of downward spiral that he did, and he ended up killing himself. So but I want to surround myself with guys like you, who, Raider Nation people, because even if we're talking something that's kind of upsetting like mental health, it seems like we're going to be able to come up with resources and plans to help people. And that's what I think is so important. So, Tony, I hear that you got some ideas and stuff like that, dealing with mental health and agendas and stuff.
Big time. My big thing is a lot of guys are afraid to ask for help. We were always told to be men and to suck up stuff and not talk on things. So I'm always about getting my word out so I can not be tightened up and worried about any negativity. So I try to get that out. But one of my big plans was I spoke with Will today. I'm gonna jump into it real quick and let you know what we're gonna do. We're trying to find out a Raider mental health shirt design. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna come out with this shirt design, and all the profits of this shirt that we come out, we're gonna share it with everybody. We're gonna send it throughout the Black Hole and all the different chapters. And I believe that your organization, Always Dreaming Society Corporation, should be the one that gets all the profits from this shirt that we make out. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna come up with a design. We're gonna get the word out and let people know that they're not alone in this battle. And so We just want to let you know that we're gonna send that your way. We'll get the details lined up, but we'll get it figured out when we get a little more on it. But I just want to let you know that off the get go, and I appreciate you for all the work that you've done and all the work that you're doing. It's not unseen. So even though it might not be that much, we're gonna do our best to get that word out and make this and let people know throughout NFL, not even just Raider Nation, but that there's always somebody out there listening for you. So so that's the first part.
You gotta give me some type of warning, man. You know,
no warning. Hey, no warnings
do
needed.
that to me, man. I'm emotional as it is, man. You know,
we spring it on you at the Silver and Black Radio podcast.
Yeah, like but no, that was it's been something I've been trying to work on for a while. I used to do the show with his name's Raider Graphic. He used to do this show called Mental Health Mondays, and every Monday we would just get on there and talk, just to talk, just to talk. Like we had no topics, no nothing, no direction. Usually, maybe a little direction, but it's just something that no one really deals. I deal with on a daily basis. I sit there like every morning, do my affirmations for myself. Something that I do too is I'll turn up random songs and horribly sing them as loud as I can, just so people know that, hey, I don't care. Like I really don't care. I'm a horrible singer, but I'm gonna let you hear my voice because my voice is to be heard. And
Songbird of the generation, brother.
So that's what I do every day. I reach out and not only these three gentlemen that are on with us today, but we have Val, we have Mike, we have a lot of people that we've worked with and a lot of different guests. And in the darkest of times, they've been a great light for people to see where they're going. So they've helped me a lot in not even knowing what they're doing, just being there, like little text messages here or there. It's good to know that they're there, and so that's why I try to be there for other people too.
Hey, fellas, wow. Congratulations, first off, for finding such a solid group, because that's hard to do. And you know, it wasn't until we made Always Dreaming Society a nonprofit, because first it was like a movie production team, Always Dreaming Productions, and we were trying to do the same thing, but I think people were getting things construed because they're like, wait a minute, so you want us to fund it? No, we're not doing this for passion projects or nothing like that. We're coming up with ideas, and we're trying to put them together and get people to feel comfortable with not, I want to say making fun of themselves, but finding humor and some things that it's needed. I mean, COVID kicked everybody's butt, and all I wanted to do was make films to make people laugh. And when we made it through there, it was a tough road to kind of get people. I lost so many different movie making partners when COVID hit, and I just said, okay, I can either throw the towel in or keep going. And you guys, believe me when I say I am motivated by Mr. Al Davis, because I know from the very beginning, as soon as he brought me on to the Raiders, that he's always been there pushing. And when I stopped playing and I became a police officer, he was calling to check to see how I'm doing as a police officer. And now, so is his son. Hey, man, you're staying safe out there in the streets. So anything Raider is so family oriented. And so I said, okay, all right, I don't want to give up on the film. I really want to keep going until we can set up this mental health film that we want to do. And maybe it's a documentary. What do we need to do to make it stronger? And then it became to me that, okay, let's make it a nonprofit. And ever since we made it a nonprofit, we get support from a lot of different places. So I don't know if you guys have seen that as far as like changing things and made your own nonprofits beneficial.
Yeah. I mean, like, we've looked into it. We have a nonprofit here. We started as a club, we're not a 501(c) just yet. We're still just state, local nonprofit, but we use it to get funds and then donate to other clubs and donate to other things.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, like for our goals, I mean, like it's like you guys said, we just want to help in any way that we can, man. And if it's giving people a platform to talk about it, like Tony said, or it's, you know, giving the ability to people to just air out and say, hey, man, I need some help. That's been a big crucial part for us in Matty B. I mean, like, I think all of us message each other on a constant basis. It's almost like a brotherhood. It's a family, you know, and you need to
100%.
check in on your people. You know, you
How long
need to
have you
check.
all been up? How long have you all been Black Hole members?
2020.
Ooh.
For Spokane and
So
myself,
we
it's been
started.
2020. What's up?
2020. Okay, we got
Yeah.
Spokane in the house.
Yeah, that Spokane, Washington got established in 2020. But we've been kind of gathering at that same spot. We just lost our venue. We're working on getting another one, so stay tuned. We're gonna be coming through. But
No, yeah,
we got this. But
no, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, because the Raider fans just we won't be denied, you know. And
100%.
I'm still in the Bay Area, and
100%. We live in the Rocky Mountains. We're in Colorado. We're like, we have a place to go get together, to go, you know, be a family. And I think Tony
in
just
Rockies
said,
country, man, out there.
Broncos country, yes, sir.
You'd be surprised at the Raider fans out here.
There's a lot of Raiders
really?
fans in Denver.
Out here in Dallas too, man.
Well, I know Dallas for sure, but I never would have guessed that for Denver. Denver and Kansas City, those were the roughest places to play.
We live in Grand Junction. We're like 3.5 hours west. We're like by the Utah border. We're the biggest city in between Denver and Salt Lake.
Oh wow, okay.
So,
yeah, but it's still Broncos country.
I mean, it's still Broncos country, but there's a lot of Raider fans out here. It's just trying to get people together when they're doing bad because they don't want to show up, you know, when the team don't do good, you know, whatever.
But it's just like Kenny said, man. Like, if you think about it, people start pointing the finger at each other. That's when you really got to see who your brother is. That's why you're going to see if your team is tight, if you can fight together. Like when you're at your lowest, man, and somebody comes down there and they pick you up, they dust you off and they say, hey, man, they look you in the eye and they say, I got you, bro. Like, those are the dudes that you need, man. Those are the guys that you need to go to war with. And right now, I feel like the Raiders need to find those guys. The guys that are saying, yo, hey, I quit, I'm done, I'm packing my bags, I'm just collecting my check. Those are the guys that you're saying, hey, man, you can't build with those guys. Those are the guys that you're going to go to war with, and they're going to be the first ones that leave. I can see it. Look, bro.
You're right on it. You're right on it. It's crazy. You know, and when I played, we had some rough records, and you know, I came when Gruden was first kind of getting going on. And then so he changed the whole mindset of the players, and to make the players just, you know, very disciplined, very focused on their assignment and all that stuff. And I'm just, you know, I'm an offensive guy, so I can kind of say I'm just not seeing that nastiness and that together, that cohesiveness on the offensive side and offensive players. You know, I don't know. I mean, you got running backs all of a sudden not performing this year. And then you have our top receiver just disappearing in big games and just like, and then dropping balls when they should be catching it. And then that trickles over to the quarterback. And then all of a sudden the whole momentum starts going downhill. So I'm an offensive player, and we have to score. We have to sustain drives to keep the defense off the field. And for whatever reason, we don't have offensive players who are fed up and saying, "Get me the ball. If this dude doesn't want it, I'll take it." And I see it on other teams where, I mean, just where they, like, what's the running back now for Philadelphia? Now he's like, yeah, he's like, "Come on, guys, put you on the shoulder." We need running backs like that. We need quarterbacks like that, and we don't have them. And
I
that
feel
kind of
like we
makes me
lost
sad
that
with it.
with a little
We
bit
have them.
when Jacobs left.
Yeah, we have
I
them.
knew you were gonna.
agree.
I should have known you were gonna bring that up.
No.
You reminded me because he's doing pretty good now this year, huh?
But the one
He's
thing I did
solid.
like,
doing really good this year.
was it Max Crosby that said, "I don't play for draft position"?
Mm-hmm.
He's like, he's
Yeah,
on the
he
field to
does.
win games.
Yeah,
He don't
man,
care
and
about
that's
the draft
that's
spot.
a mindset of every player, right? You play to win the
Yeah.
game. I mean, that's you go to work to be
100%.
successful, and success comes on Sundays. You know,
Well,
and the
Kenny asked
success
the
just
question at
isn't
the
lining
beginning.
up this year.
Yeah, Kenny asked the question at the beginning, and I'll answer. Here's my answer for the first question from the get. All right, we're 25 minutes, and I'll answer right into the first question. Right, yo.
Okay, sorry.
I don't believe in our team going for a draft pick, for a top 3 pick. I don't believe in losing for picks. I don't believe in that. I believe that, hey, if our guys are losing because we can't get it together, then so be it. But if you're going out there and you're saying, hey, man, we're going to lose just to lose to get a top 3 pick, and we're packing it up, it says a bad precedent for your players. It gives their mentality down. It makes you get that loser's mentality, and then you're going to be like, okay, well, we're just going to be in here to lose the game. And then guess what? That festers.
If there was
Go
if there
ahead.
was no special player like a Shador Sanders there, I would be right on board with you. But he's a once in a generational type player in my eyes. You know, you kind of
Okay.
if you have the chance to get a player like that and that's your quarterback, I kind of think that might be one of the missing pieces that we have that we
No,
need.
Like
So,
Jake Daniels last
I
year.
agree with you 100%. I mean, like, we're missing a quarterback. Again, now
but go
losing
get
on
him.
purpose, though, I don't, can't, let me ask you this. How about if I came in as a coach and I came into your, wide receiver room and I said, hey, don't worry, Kenny, we're going to lose this week on purpose. Don't even worry about practice, baby. Let's just go out there and have a good time.
That was a hell of a good point, man. So the reason why I can get away with saying that is because I'm not playing anymore.
Right.
And I get what everybody said, but I'd be like, I can't. But I'd be like, come on, man. I mean, like, you can't have a guy. You could be like, look, they outcoached us. They played better than us. I mean, kick my ass on the field. I'm good with it. But for me to come in and say, hey, man, hey, bro, hey, hey, all in. Hey, bro, just take it easy on me. Don't hit me too hard.
Wait a minute here. Okay, now let me throw this at you, young man, young Will.
Yes, sir.
Have you ever seen? Have you ever? To your point, you made a fantastic point. I love debating. I couldn't even come back on anything on that one. That was a great point. But have you ever seen the Raiders just bust their butts and just completely just own this game that's very, very tight and do everything they can offensively and defensively and special teams and come up with these great plays to win this game, only to have it taken from a shitty call from a ref at the last minute, and then the game is lost and it goes. Have you ever seen that happen? Because that is a backbreaker for the mindset and the overall momentum of your team to have that happen. That happens to the Raiders all the time.
Oh,
so
well, I can say this. Yes.
You have to have a superstar player out there to even all that out, because the refs are going to take the game from you on close games. So you literally have to dominate every game.
Yeah.
You're right. And you know what? You're not lying. The refs I'd be like this year, when the refs look at the instant replay and then throw the flag on us, I'd be like,
yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh, I forget. That's never happened before.
I never seen it.
Ever.
The NFL didn't even address it, and they left it at that. And you're right. That right there is a big mental. But look, again, you're right. We need that strong guy. But Kenny, let me ask you like this: do you take on your coach's personality, or do you take on your quarterback's personality?
I take on my coach's personality.
Boom, baby! So we need a coach that's gonna be a developer, a leader, and a guy that's gonna take the bull by the horns and hold accountability. And hey, you know what? I like AP. I do. I don't like the guy, but what I don't like, I'm gonna be very honest, is if I'm telling you like this, I'm a military guy. You guys see this? I'm part of the service, right? If I tell you I'm gonna beat your ass because you didn't do something right, I'm gonna beat that ass because you didn't do it. If you did something and you did it right, I'm gonna be the first one to pat you on the back and tell you you did it right. This is, but my thing is this: if you got players out on the field and they are not performing, and you are saying that you're going to hold them accountable, then so be it, man. Hold everybody accountable. Hold yourself accountable. Hold your coaching staff accountable. You got 29 coaches. You got more coaches than you almost got players. And you're telling me we can't get it together? There's something wrong there. That's where I don't see the things coming together. And if we draft the Shador Sanders, do we have a guy there that's going to be able to develop him? Yes, I get we got Tom Brady. People go like, oh, the link with Tom Brady. But is Tom Brady the offensive coordinator? Is he sitting there as the quarterback's coach every single day in his hip pocket to teach him, to help him grow, to groom him, and to develop him?
So
that's my thing.
If he wasn't,
he won't even be there on Sundays.
To that
he'll
point,
be there
though,
more
man,
than you
like
think
you're
he'll be
saying,
there.
to your point right there about,
not with a Fox contract, he won't.
So this is my thing. How many injuries have we had this year when it comes down to the Raiders, right?
No.
We've had injury after injury after injury, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Look at the Dolphins game, okay? When we swapped OCs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Our guys came out playing a lot better. We didn't win the game, but we came out playing a lot better, a lot more fiery, right?
Yeah.
AP can get his guys fired up. AP can get his guys playing. Look at last week, his first, we'll say his second week. They came out playing pretty good against the Broncos all the way up until what? In the third quarter? And then that's when they kind of took over from there. I think it's the play calling, honestly, when it comes down to
that's coaching.
Like, and if you look at AP's interviews, his post game interviews, okay, he puts it on there. I don't want to throw the ball. I don't want to throw the ball 1,000 times. We got to mix it up. We got to be able to be balanced. We can't just throw the ball. You're
the head coach.
Week, I think. So
you're the head coach. How are you going to tell me?
Right.
Hey.
But hey, didn't you say that he's not a play caller, Will?
It doesn't matter. But no. Hey, Matty B,
between a
I
play
love
caller
you,
and a coordinator, right?
Okay, hold on, Matty B. You and I have both been coordinators, right?
Okay.
If your head coach comes and tells you, yo, we're running the football, or you're running a blitz, or you're doing this, tell me the last time the head coach didn't have the final word on that.
Ooh. I mean, yeah, you're not lying there. But on the other hand, man, you got to, hey.
Well, so
he's inexperienced in playing calling. Like it's his downfall.
Thank you. Well, I mean, yeah, and that's a great point because, I mean, it's year 2, really, his first full year as a head coach. I'm a assistant coach for high school, and our head coach gets so caught up in everything, and he has to have everybody remind him about timeouts, and if you don't remind him, he's gonna just keep going to the game, and he's okay with everybody telling him, hey coach, you may want to do a timeout. Oh shoot, forgot about that. There's so many little things, and and for me, I'm trying to take it off the coaches because I was out there and I just know everything happens during the week of practice. The coaches prep you and they get you ready. They do all the walkthrough type stuff. They call the plays, and it really does boil down to the players competing and performing. And if they don't do that, you're going to lose the game. So I love it, and I'll debate back and forth with head coaches and stuff like that. But you got to remember, I played when Belichick was the head coach of the Browns, and he was horrible with the Browns. One of my funniest stories is they did a story on Belichick, and they said this guy stinks, and they put his head on top of a skunk's body, and then he got fired that year, and then he became the Jets coach, and then he became the Patriots coach, and look at him now. So we're talking about somebody who just started being a head coach. It's going to take a minute, I think, for AP to get all settled on in.
I agree with you.
And that's why it falls down to the players to step up. To me, I think the players are kind of letting their head coach down this year.
And if you look at the players from last year, the way they played for AP, they have hard-made play, man. It's the same team as we had last year. Just we don't have the guys on the field that we're supposed to have, and it's the next man up mentality right now. And this is where we're going to see where we have depth next year.
No. Hey,
do you feel like
go ahead,
Kenny, that like AP came out and made the comment about, like Matt said, about not throwing the ball 40 times a game when it was actually 53 last weekend? I mean, that's all. I feel like there's been times where he's kind of thrown coaches and players under the bus. I mean, do you feel like that's? I mean, and like I've said on here 100 times this season, and we expected it going into the season. AP is a rookie head coach essentially, right? So he's got a lot to learn. AP wasn't a play caller coming into this either. He was an actual position coach. So he's got a lot to learn. But how much of that goes into game planning all week? And does the game plan change that much in a half to where you're not planning on throwing the ball 40 to 50 times a game, and then all of a sudden here we are, the game plan changed that much? Is it how does that? I was curious because that should all be in the game plan, right? Like, hey, here's what we want to do, especially against a division opponent that you see twice a year, every year.
Man, it's a great point to bring up. I just don't think, I personally don't know how you can script it either or. I just don't know how you can script, okay, on these guys, we want to make sure we throw the ball 50. To me, it's kind of like who's feeling good. Like if you're running the ball and everybody's breaking it and all that stuff, you're going to keep running the ball and you're going to go with the hot hand. Thank you. That was so well said. And I don't think we're finding the hot hand. And it's so easy to double, triple team our rookie phenom tight end. Yeah, Bowler, right? Or Bowler?
Bowers.
Yeah. It's so easy to kind of like to bracket him. And if you take him out, the way everybody else is just not really stepping up, your offense is shut down. So,
Denver did a good job at taking him away last weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Every smart defensive coordinator is going to do that. And it's kind of like you have to, because I was the receiver coach for our high school team, and I wasn't calling plays. If they asked me to call plays, I would have stepped up to call plays. But I made it my point to make sure every receiver, that we had at least 5-6 receivers who were ready to go out there. And you could look at this kid and he's so skinny and small and kind of shy and quiet. But he was, as soon as we called his name, boom, he was catching the ball and splitting the numbers and stuff. And that was very, very important for me, is to make sure every receiver is ready to go out there and dominate. Smack a cornerback in the face if you have to. We'll take a penalty. But once you see your team is not really getting all juiced up and stuff, somebody's going to have to step up and make them play. And offensively, I just haven't seen that. And it's kind of it's disheartening to see, because our defense is playing so well, but they can't be out in the field the whole game like they are. And you're right. I don't know exactly what we're missing. I hate to say I know we're missing a quarterback who's like a Rich Gannon. But I hate to point at one person, because the running backs just haven't really been playing very well either. And like I said, Devontae Adams, I wasn't too impressed with his work product. And, but on the flip side, guys, I have to tell you this story. As much as I'm talking trash about not performing, I remember being in the World League and talking trash about the defensive backs, because it was a very tight game. And couple defensive backs kept dropping easy interceptions. I'm like, oh my God, if they would have just caught the interception, we would have sealed the game or scored the go-ahead touchdown and ran away with it. And I'm like on the sideline just screaming mad. We finally get the ball back in the first play. It's like a deep post to me, and I'm gone all by myself. The ball was like right there and went right through my hand. And all you can hear was the crowd go, oh! And it's so, as much as I say that, something happens when it's game speed, and that's why you need these tough guy mentalities. And in my opinion, the old school Raider tough guy mentality has to come back, and I haven't really seen it in a while. But it seems that hopefully it's going to come back with a little bit of attitude, maybe at a leader position at offense.
Well, and we got a little bit of that last year. I mean, the last 9 games, we got a little bit of that, right? And that's what we all thought we were getting coming into this season. And defensively, I don't know if it's the injuries or what, but I think you're 100% correct. And I get a lot of, I've been on Team Shador, draft Shador, and I get a lot of crap because they're like, all the extra that comes with it, and I'm like, when was the last time the Raiders had a quarterback with some swag, with some moxie? When was the last time? And they're like, yeah, that's too much of a distraction in Vegas. And I'm like, no, come on, man. Like, and the kid works hard. The kid, he puts in the work, right? Deion doesn't seem like the type of guy that's going to give, especially his kids, who we've all seen on social media lives that he's ranking his kids weekly. Like, he ain't giving them nothing, man. Like, come on.
Hey, he's the same with his kids as he is with his teammates or his players.
Yeah, like, come on, man. Like, you did this week. You're number 1. Yeah, it's funny, man. Like, I've seen a lot. It's hilarious, and I'm like, wow. Man, he just doesn't seem like the type of dude that would give his kid something because that's his kid. I feel like he's had to work for everything he's gotten. Obviously opportunities are a little more because of who his dad is. But if you're not performing, you're going to get stripped of that opportunity. Yeah,
big time.
I think like this. I'll be like, if you look at it, Owen, you're right. I'll be like, Shadur has been put on this platform because prime is prime. Yeah. Now your dad played at this level. I'll be like, anybody that played at a high level, man, even if you played in college, your kids are expected to like, oh yeah, your kid, you played in college, your kid's gonna be a beast.
You were this top college ball player.
Oh, your dad was a Hall of Famer. Oh, dude, you're just bred for that. You just came out the womb like that.
Yeah. Hey, perfect example. Michael Jordan's kids.
Don't tell Michael Jordan's kids that. Yeah, Michael Jordan's kids like that. They ain't nothing like
Michael Jordan's kids. Who?
Yeah. Let me ask y'all this: if Shador Sanders didn't have the last name Sanders, what would everybody be saying about him? They'd be taking him over most quarterbacks.
Would he have the same opportunities? That's the thing. Would he have the same opportunities? Would he have the same development? Are we talking about a guy that's at the same level right now, or a guy that would be, what would he be?
Right? I'm talking about Shador is the same player. If Shador is the same player he is today, right? But his last name wasn't Sanders and Prime wasn't his dad. What would everybody be saying? How would everybody be evaluating him? And I'm talking just fans, right? Like, we know what the analyst and everybody says, about his game. But what would everybody be saying? Because that to me seems like the biggest hate the kid gets is he's Deion Sanders' son, and that's, to me, that I feel like that's everybody's like, oh man, and they think Deion, in the show and the everything that came with Deion. I feel like that if his last name wasn't Sanders and he was doing the exact same thing he's doing on the field right now, and Deion wasn't his dad, nobody would have a problem drafting the kid.
I think I see exactly what you're saying, and that's a very, very valid point. My opinion on that one is I don't, when I see Shador, I don't even really put it on the same page with, that's Deion's son. But if I do think about Deion, I'm on the side where it's just I didn't really appreciate the message that he sent when he came to Colorado and he got rid of everybody. And I thought that was a horrible message to send. And these kids worked their butts off to be where they're at. And all of a sudden some coach comes in and just removes all their scholarships and stuff. So, and in my opinion, if that was my dad and I was getting ready to go play with him, I'd say, Dad, oh, come on, man. No, you're not going to be doing all that if I'm coming to Colorado. If you're going to do that, I'm going to Florida State or I'm going someplace else.
Right.
Somebody should have, and I would have been the son that did my dad to not do that, because that's just was one of the most horrible things, I think. I don't know exactly why he did it like that. That was just because I played college ball, and you know, it's just heartbreaking to have that happen. So, you know, if Deion is getting a little bit of blowback, it's very well deserved. And unfortunately, everybody on this team is feeling the wrath, because not only Shadur, but my guy number 12. You know, I mean, he didn't even make the finalists for the top cornerback in college. That's some hate probably.
Hey, hey, let's talk a little bit about this, man. Look at you. Shame on you, NCAA. How are you going to make this man a finalist for the Heisman, but he's not even the best player at his position? Yo, hey, man, this is a total disgrace. This is a hate crime. NCAA, boo you. I mean, like, I don't even know what to say anymore right here. But I'm going to tell you, bro, that is discrimination. That's just a straight out hate crime. Guys, go ahead. You guys can follow up, because this is a bull conduct. I'll tell you right now, NCAA, shame on you.
Yeah, that's pretty rotten. I mean, but it's kind of like if you mess with the man, you're gonna eventually get shown a message, and that's what's happened to Deion. So if he's gonna have to just own it, and just, I mean, and I don't think Travis Hunter. Sorry guys, it's Travis Hunter, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I don't think that he could care less if he gets that trophy or not. He just wants to win a championship, and I think he's just worried about that one. And I think that's what makes him the type of ball player he is and stuff. He doesn't really need all the awards, and he's not getting caught up in that nastiness.
No, he's a super humble. You know, the kid, like you said, he likes to eat, sleeps, and breathes football. Outside of football, he goes fishing and plays video games. And like,
so let me ask you this:
he ain't out partying, he ain't out drinking and smoking, and he's a humble dude for sure.
With that, anyway, sorry.
But I mean, like, I'm gonna tell you the truth, but he ain't worried about that, because that man is gonna be the number 1 pick in the draft.
That's true.
He's gonna walk through. Hey, he's gonna see. Hey, you with your Thorpe Award? Hey, bro.
Yeah. Check this out.
Hey, so what about this though? What if New York is the number 1 pick and they take Shadur? Do you go Travis Hunter if you're number 2 pick?
No, we need a quarterback.
You go after Cam Ward to see if you can get that quarterback you need.
Oh, dang, that was a great scenario. Man.
No, you get Travis Hunter. You get Travis Hunter, and you might have to go after Jackson Dart or somebody else. There's gonna be other.
Yeah.
Then you got to bring in a bridge quarterback. So now you got to bring in a bridge quarterback again. Yeah. So
and then
that's
go
something
get
that we got to
Arch
look
Manning
at too.
next year.
Archie, I'll be surprised if he comes out next year. He's gonna have to have a Heisman. He's gonna have to have a Heisman type year.
You're gonna have his uncle pulling Deion Sanders too, being like,
"Can we say something though?" Hey, we always say, okay, at the number 2 pick, you have to have a guy that is going to be starting on your team. That's going to be an 100%. Absolute leader on your team and lock up a position.
I believe that every first round pick should be a starter on.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. First round draft pick, so first two to 3 picks on usually that you draft are going to have some sort of impact. Yeah, if you're 4, 5, and 6, those are guys that you're looking at and saying, "Hey, man, they got potential. They got something special. Let's see if they can make the roster and do something on special teams."
Those are your Hunters and your Max Crosby's coming out of college.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, hey, they got something. whether it's speed, whether it's the ability to catch the ball, separation, something that you're looking for in your offense.
Yeah.
Guys, who is more of a lock-in player right now than Travis Hunter to compete at a high level, like at least right now? I don't see anybody else. So
no,
I could see that.
He's the corner we're missing. I mean, we're missing a lockdown corner.
So
And
then you get
give Bennett his props because that kid has been balling this year.
no. Hey,
That was my pick in the preseason. Who is stepping up this year? Bennett, man. That kid is he's coming around.
Yep, Agent Zero is playing like a hero.
That could be a nasty corner right there, man.
Yeah.
You could have Nate Hobbs, you have Hunter, and then you have Bennett on the other side of that, man. That could be good.
And then you throw Hunter in a little.
That's a great combo.
Hunter a little
but
wide
again,
receiver 3, little special package.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because he plays both sides of the ball too. Yeah.
But you know what?
Like Woodson.
I also Yep.
Nah, he'd be, in my opinion, he'd be used a little more than Woodson would on the offensive side.
Yeah.
He's not. To me, I don't see him as a wide receiver 1 or a wide receiver 2. Right? I see him as a 3. Throw him in the slot. Have a few special packages for him. I think he's going to be a main position is going to be a corner in the league, and maybe 15, 20 plays on offense.
Like that 3rd, 4th receiver.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
I like that. I like that.
Wait till that payday comes around. Year 5.
But,
no, man.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
But that's the thing. Pro Bowl in all pros, a receiver and a corner.
He's a lot, so that's why.
You pay him as a wide receiver, or do you pay him as a corner?
Yeah.
Hey, the team is going to take the cheaper option.
No, that's a good question, Matt. Though, and that's a tough decision. It's do you have, as the Raiders, would you have Travis? Would you have that position ranked higher, and do you have Travis ranked higher than Shador or Cam Ward? I mean, if you got the first pick in the draft, what do? You need a quarterback, and Travis is a generational type player. It's just a tough position to be in. But
if we have the number 1 pick, we're going to take Shador. I honestly think that with the ties of Tom Brady and all the rumors spreading around, all the shout outs he's given, I think there's time. You
got to.
When there's smoke, there's fire. You know what I mean?
I believe that if we're the number 2 pick, I still think we're getting Shador. And Deion said on Keyshawn Johnson's show, I forget what show it is, Keyshawn asked him, will you Archie Manning this deal like he did with Eli? And he said, I will have those conversations privately. I won't do it publicly.
Right. But the thing is, though, is if you think about that, he also said that he would play for the New York Giants. He's willing to play for
I never heard that.
That was like one of those first topics that came out. He said that the teams that he would play for would be these teams, and he named out the teams that he wasn't going to play for. That's why those teams were up there in the draft, like the New York Jets. If they were up there, he wouldn't take that deal. They would forfeit that deal and make him go somewhere else.
Matty B, make sure you share that link.
I'll definitely find out where I've seen that. I'll pull that. I'll pull that up. I read that because I was like, because Giants. That was the only other team that I was worried about in front of us was the Giants because they need a quarterback.
Also did say, he asked, "What are you looking for in an organization for Shador?" And he said, an organization that can handle the type of quarterback that he is, that can continue to develop him, and everything he was laying out pointed towards bringing Tom Brady in, and Tom Brady, from an organizational standpoint, and a team that's can develop. And I mean, in my opinion, I don't think any of the quarterback needy teams are in position to develop a young quarterback.
No, right. But that's why we need a quarterback, because none of us can develop one right now.
Yeah.
So I mean, again, hey. So, but that's a great question, Matt. I'll be like, if he does, because think about it. Yo, the Giants have Malik Neighbors. They drafted
Who's
a
very
wide
unhappy.
receiver.
Yeah.
So they have Malik Neighbors, a number one draft pick.
I mean, it's not
You
horrible,
do have to
but it's
get
not
him
the
a guy
greatest.
that's going to get him the football. So, but
Mm-hmm.
I think this year's draft is so quarterback depleted that actually at the top part of the draft, it's super light. You got 1, 2, maybe 3 guys with Beck out of Georgia being probably top 10 picks locked in.
I'd be surprised if Beck is a top 10 pick.
I'd be surprised if any other quarterbacks besides Ward and Sanders go in the first.
There you go. So if you're looking at a quarterback depleted draft, right?
Yeah.
Bro, in the top 3 picks, you're going to look at, hey, drafting that guy. So I could see New York going like, hey, you know what? Last time we got Eli Manning when we drafted Phillip Rivers. So maybe we draft this guy, and even if we get, he says he doesn't want to play for us, maybe there's another guy that doesn't want to play where he wants to play. And we get a little something. I mean, yeah, I mean, like, you can see that.
In the same organization.
It can happen.
I mean, look at it like as it sits right now, right? Let's just say it's the Giants and say it's the Raiders, and the Giants call up Telesco and say, hey, we know you want this guy. We know this guy wants to be there. We want your second round pick, and you draft Ward, and we'll swap plus a pick.
Oh,
I mean, it could work out like that. You never know, man.
I take that all day.
I hear you.
It's an interesting thing to see how the draft's going to follow. I mean, like, the thing is, we still got so much of the season left.
I'm going to call it right now. We're going to draft Shador, and then we're going to pull a Houston Texans, move right back up to the next spot, and get Travis. There we go. Boom.
There's no way in hell.
They would have let us get away with that.
Do the COVID test, please.
Hey, that could happen. Realistically,
no way it happened.
No, it would be unstoppable.
Listen. Hey, the reason I'm saying this is because we do have picks. We can move back into that later part of early first with the
nobody
thought
the Texans could do it.
But he ain't gonna be there in the later first, so you can move.
Right after that, we can move to the. I'd be like, bro, if it's the Jags,
they're taking Travis all day long. They're not. Man, they gotta get. They're not taking a quarterback.
They're taking Travis, dude.
They gotta get Lawrence some help. And they can't pass.
But he's not a wide receiver. You said they need to get Lawrence. He's not a wide receiver.
They need all.
He's a DB.
He's a wide receiver.
If the Jags draft him, bro, if you draft him,
it's the best man up in that case. I mean, Jacksonville would be stupid not to pass up on him if they were number 3.
Yeah.
If he got number 3 and they were at number 3, man, they'd be stupid.
I can agree with that fact, but you cannot say it's to help Trevor Lawrence because Trevor Lawrence plays offense.
Yeah, but he's going to play offense too.
High-spirited, man. I love the
he's not only going to play offense. Hey, but the defense could help Lawrence out too.
The defense always helps. Bro, it works together. These people, like, this is what people don't understand. Like, offense helps defense, defense helps offense, man. And when I coordinate 100%. My defense, I want my offense, man. I'm clapping them up every first down because guess what? That gives my big boys breathers. They're sitting there going like, hey, man, I don't know what it is, but I'm telling you like this. When you got a defensive tackle, I had Nick Mayers. He's 6'7", 330 pounds out in Europe, okay? Man, the man moves mountain. He's a big boy. It takes him a long time to move 5 yards. Okay.
Yeah.
It takes him a lot of energy to chase these dudes down that are half his size and run 4.5s.
Mm-hmm.
So, hey, guess what? Every first down, my offense let's clap them up, baby. Hey, get some water. Hey, get your rest. Get ready, get focused. Hey, we get 2 first downs. That's even better because these guys are getting restless on the sideline. Hey, we're working it down the field. Shoot, that's even better than that because guess what? Now they're hungry. They come out onto the field and they're like, yo, we can do something. I'm like, yo, I'm ready. I'm prime. It all works
100%.
together, man.
Well, and that's been, I think, one of our biggest problems this year is the offense doesn't help the defense.
Absolutely.
100%. Yeah, they're not fun to watch at all.
Them boys are tired on the defensive side.
Yeah. You know, I mean, it was very inept in many different ways and stuff. And I'm with you guys. It was very disappointing offensively. You have a top 10 defense, and I don't know where they're at right now, but they're strong defense. All you need is maybe a top 15-ish offense on down, and that's playoffs right there. You know,
last year coming from the bottom 5 statistically in every category offensively, if you could just get to 19-20 with that defense, healthy defense.
Yeah.
We would have made a push for the playoffs.
Well, I mean, you guys, you think the playoffs are out the way if we rip off about 7 straight?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This year,
in our division? In our division? Yeah. In our division? Yeah. I'd be like, look at the Chiefs right now. They're 9-1. Look at the Chargers.
Not even worry about them. Just look at the Chargers and the Broncos alone.
Yeah. They're both 7-3, I think, right?
When 1 or 2 games, we're already out of it. Because we target.
And then, the Broncos hold any tiebreaker over us at 2-0, and right now the Chargers do. We'd have to obviously win that last game of the season, but the AFC's tough. I just don't see it this year, unfortunately. Even it's definitely not 2021 when we ripped off all those wins. I was at that game in Kansas City in 2021 when they absolutely dominated us, and I was like, man, driving back to Dallas, I was like, oh, this season's a wrap. And then they rolled off all those wins and snuck into the playoffs on Sunday Night Football against the Chargers.
Yeah, I remember that. One of those amazing memories of the Raiders, man.
Yeah.
We can they're still missing something out in Vegas. I'm still not happy with the whole visitors having that many fans at the stadium.
Hey, Tony B, what did we talk about, bro, when we were at the game?
Bringing in Shaduer because everybody's going to start coming there for Shaduer.
You gotta have
exactly
a product that you won't sell your tickets for. But those corporations bought up all those tickets. That's why all those fans are there. It's got to be the corporations. It's the casinos that saw it as a business
100%
venture.
the casinos.
Hey, 100%. So that's the problem.
It's
all right?
doctors,
so let's be real.
lawyers, high-dollar people given to clients. And, then clients either go into the game as an opposing fan or giving them away to their people.
Well, and then
have you guys heard of Raider Dad? Yeah. So that's one of the benefits of us connecting because there's everybody's kind of seeing the same things that you guys are seeing that we have to address. I don't know how we're going to take on casino owners that they've been around for quite a while. So I don't know how we can.
They run Vegas.
They run Vegas, but we've got to get creative somehow to be able to kind of start redirecting these people. Let's let our Raider fans get first dibs. I mean, it's not like there's no Raider fans out there who can pay just the same amount of money. They're just being lazy, in my opinion, because it's a touristy place. Everybody they know for so many years, they cater to people coming and flying in. If they start understanding our Raider history in our Raider way, then we shove it down their throat.
Yep.
And it's going to have to take these efforts of everybody. I'm blown away by you guys. You guys are like high energy, like not playing around with your Raider love, and we need to kind of spread that to the Vegas casino owners. I mean, either one by one. I don't even know where to begin. That stuff's got to stop.
Well, I think the first step, obviously, it's got to be the product on the field, right? Like fans get discouraged. I mean, here we are, week 13, and I mean, we're 2-9, and fans get discouraged. Even most of us find with our local TBH chapters, we Henry and I get messages all the time. Hey, we'll see you guys this weekend. No, I'd rather just stay home, just to watch them lose. Fans just get discouraged and they don't want to come out and have a good time and watch the game.
Interesting.
I'd be like, here's the thing, man. When you're paying Vegas prices, okay, first of all, when we go, you fly in, you're paying for the room, you're paying for this, you're paying for that. We went with Tony B and Matty B for the home opener. So we go to the home opener. We hook up with our boy, the Cisco kid. Salute.
Cisco.
Yes, sir. Make sure to take good care of us. And we were going around, and then we said, hey, man, how much are tickets? Well, glad to know that Tony B has his people and his connections up there in Spokane, and we were able to get a great, decent price, right? And we said, all right, well, we started asking around at how much the ticket prices were. It's like $400-500. And these guys are Raiders fans. I get it. Everybody has to make their little bit of money. Everybody has their little thing. But they were like, man, we're paying $2,000-3,000 just to be out there for a weekend and enjoy a game.
Whew.
So you're paying top dollar.
And I mean,
and I'd be like, I know All In I fly in sometimes. All In flies in. I mean, Patty B.
Yeah, when I was
we all
looking
travel.
for just plane tickets for the home opener, from Dallas to Vegas, we're talking a straight shot. We're talking $600 to $900, depending on when I left and when I flew home. And that was when tickets dropped. When the schedule dropped, I was looking at booking flights then. It's expensive for sure.
So
what about the idea of making airlines start coming up with packages for just exclusive Raider fans and stuff? Because I hear there's visitor packages for some of the airlines too. Do you know how much?
And they're the sponsor. They should tell. That would be smart of them too.
Do you know how much the packages are, like average?
So the package that we saw that I had, because I had a customer come up and tell me they're big time Raiders fans, and they flew out of Grand Junction, Colorado. They spent $2,000 to watch the Chargers game with flights, room, and ticket included.
That's last year's Charger game, Will?
Yep, correct.
Yeah.
And how many days?
That would be, I think,
4 days, right?
Fly in. Yeah, you fly in Friday night. You fly back Monday morning.
Or Monday morning, yeah.
2,000? 2 tickets? That's not bad. I'm sorry. That's not that bad.
No. But this was, remember, last year at the end of the season, those tickets the tickets were actually pretty cheap because people were.
Right now, I was just talking to Becca, our VP, on Sunday because her and her husband were looking at tickets and going. Hell, they found game tickets for $150.
Yeah, people are selling them dirt cheap right now because we're just.
Hey, you draft Shador, they're going to be $1,500 all year.
Oh,
thank you. So he's embarked.
Nah.
Hey, I'll be watching the game from the other side of the street, baby. Let's go.
Yeah.
You know what they need to do? They need to make a big ass jumbotron on the front of that stadium so we can just chill in the parking lot.
Hey.
Right. Well, they got a little bit of a jumbotron, that screen out there that's always doing stuff. For me, like, I go to, this year I haven't gone to any games just because we've had other stuff going on, but I go to at least 2 away games a year, and I try to go to places I haven't seen before.
Nice.
Because, I mean, Vegas I can go to 2 games in some cases for the price of 1 in Vegas at times, flying in from Dallas.
When I when I go and I'm part of like a Raider alumni event or a reunion and all that stuff, it's fun and it's, you know, they take care of you, all these different things and stuff, and put you up in hotels and everything. But when you go and it's just you and without saying anything to Raiders, I'm like, God damn, it's hot. Everything's super expensive. I'm not a gambler, so they just look at you like, you know, okay, next, and you're still next, and they go past you. It's just a different vibe out there, and it comes back down like I think All In and
Not
everybody
Oakland.
saying it's well, I don't want to say that. I don't want to say that because I respect what Mark his vision is. I don't want to say it's not Oakland, but it's just it comes back down to the product on the field. You know,
100%.
we're gonna keep beating ourselves up until this team starts playing some good football the way like you know, Patrick Mahomes has his teams playing. And I don't know when those days are coming, but man, these games will be sold out with Raider fans if once that happens.
100%.
Yep.
You know?
Absolutely.
So it's better that we do take advantage of this time to you know
see the stadium and watch a game there.
Well, yeah, that and kind of keep supporting everybody who's in need and everything with mental health and all that stuff. I mean, if who's ever going to be going to the next game, if they could hook up with somebody like Raider Josh, he's Raider Dad, because his support group is growing too. And I actually spoke with him about a week or so ago, and he kind of came up with the idea of kind of accumulating some of the Raider tickets who aren't using it, and then he'll give them to at-risk kids and stuff. Kind of sometimes like Make-A-Wish foundations and stuff, and all these true Raider fans. If we start having a bunch of other groups doing that too and obtaining those tickets and giving them away, then at least we're biting into that whole the empty seats, and then it's still going back to the visitors and stuff like that. It's a tall task, but with this group of fellas, I can tell you, man, I think we're ready for this task, and we start letting the Raider organization see what we have going on. They're going to start wanting to be more connected to and maybe follow our lead.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And that's what it's all about. It's all about, you know what? I tell people, I'm like, if you're able to create opportunities for others and you're able to help along the way, why not? Because you know what? As a kid, the things I remember are the things that I did with my father. I went to my dad to a baseball game, and I'll never forget it, man. I mean, like, that's the one thing that we could afford to go to was a baseball game. It was a Dodgers game. I think I sat like next to third base. And I'd be like, that's the thing I did. Yes, sir. But I'd be like, those are the memories, man. Yes, sir. Let's go. Let's go. But I'd be like, you know, memories like that and Raider Nation to participate, man. And what I love is I want to see Raider Dad share those stories, man. Share the stories of the kids and their experiences with those fathers, man. And if you can, bring him on the pod. We'd love to share his story. We'd love to share all that stuff. You know, I'd be like, hey, we want to share the stories of the kids that go out there and you know what have that experience because that's what Raider Nation is all about. It's the experience of being together with family and watching our team suffer, go through bad times, go through good, but we're all together and you're all in this ride. You know, so I think that's a great thing. And I commend Josh for doing that. I'd be like, giving kids memories is something that's special, man. I'd be like, at the end of the day, our future, you know, that's worth an investment. So I hope Raider Nation out there, if you're listening, hey, donate those extra tickets to Raider Dad. Give those kids in Raider Nation the ability to have a memory that they might not have that you're able to provide for them, especially during this holiday season.
Dang. Wow. Fellas, I'm impressed with you guys.
Thank you, man.
Yeah. So duty calls on my end.
Okay. Hey, so guys, we're going to wrap this up. Okay. We got one more little thing real quick. Guys, just so you know, Kenny will be in Reno, December 29th, man. Down at Wing King with our girl Marlene down there with TBH Reno. So make sure to come down, check them out, support the fab. Hey, it's all family, it's all love, and make sure that you guys support his group. Hey, Tony B, I know you got something for me, so let's wrap it up with Tony B. Tony, you got it, man.
Do it, Tony.
Check on your people.
Beautiful, brother.
100%.
Yes, sir.
Cody, to back up what you just said, as far as like the shirts and stuff, this, if you guys can see it, there's this online platform called millions.co. And if you can see, I have merchandise. It's my K-Shed Uncuffed from my podcast that I used to do back in the days. They keep sending me updates like, hey, if you got some new merch or a new item that you want to have start, circulated and put out there, let us know. So when the shirts do come up, believe me, I'm gonna either send this link to you guys, and then you just put it on here. It's free. We don't have to pay for it, and they get it out to as many people. I'm not the technical person, so
No.
So
Nope.
we.
I'm the tech guy.
Great. So, Will, I'm gonna get this to you, man, and then you just take it and run with it, okay? Because that's our platform right there to get the merch out to and our ideas out to everybody else, and we could just keep piling on from there. I mean, Tony, one day I hope to be able to. We can get together in person and we can share stories. I'll tell you about the time I tried to grab a gun out of this dude's head who pulled it on me, and then next thing you know, I'm talking to my therapist. He's like, "Kenny, are you suicidal?" So, it's real life stories, guys, and I'm not afraid to share them with you. So I appreciate you guys having me on board, and you just made my night with what you guys said about backing me up with Always Dreaming Society. I wasn't even expecting that. I don't even know what to say, but I will be paying you back tenfold for that, guys. So thank you so much for everything you've been doing, and I look forward to talking to you guys soon.
No problem.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, Kenny.
Thanks for coming on, man. And it's been a fun hour.
It has
yes,
been.
sir.
All
right. Yes, sir.
Hey, everybody!
Guys.
Everybody on here, Raider Nation, happy Thanksgiving, man. Enjoy the
yes,
holiday
sir.
with your loved ones.
Hey,
all right, guys.
Hey, guys! It's all about one nation, one team. It's all about the Raiders. Let's go. Thank you, guys.
All right, brothers.
Thank you, brother. Hey, appreciate it, Kenny. You have a great night, brother.
Thank you so much.
We appreciate you.
See you next time.
Welcome back to the Silver and Black Radio Podcast, your go-to source for everything on the Las Vegas Raiders. Whether you're a diehard motherfucker like me or just getting to know Raider Nation, our passionate hosts are here to bring you all the excitement on Raiders football. I'm Shit Show Joe, and welcome to the Silver and Black Radio Podcast. Let's go, Raiders! If not, fuck your team!